CBS Sports Saturday is sponsored by Budweiser, the genuine article. Beechwood aged for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Speed Stick Deodorant, the wide stick gives you the edge. Speed Stick Deodorant by Menon. And by Magnavox, developing new technologies for your entertainment. Nobody puts it together like Magnavox. And now, CBS Sports Saturday presents Budweiser Boxing. Live from Atlantic City, here's Tim Ryan.
You're looking at the world-famous boardwalk surrounded by streets whose names have been immortalized in the game Monopoly. And nestled among the giant hotels, the venerable Atlantic City Convention Hall, where every year Miss America is crowned. In 1964, the Democrats nominated Lyndon Johnson for president here in the Convention Hall. And before dome stadiums were in vogue, they brought in some sod, laid it down, and played college football. And today, we're here in the Convention Hall for our main event, the IBF World Light Heavyweight Championship between Bobby Czyz and the challenger, Willie Edwards. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Ryan. Welcome to the third event in our CBS Sports Saturday Budweiser Boxing Series. 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas, Donald Curry successfully launched his comeback campaign, and last week in Regina, Saskatchewan, Smoke and Bert Cooper from nearby Philadelphia enhanced his credentials as a legitimate heavyweight contender. Well, today Bobby Czyz hopes to defend his title and perhaps ensure a big money fight in the future against Thomas Hearns. First, turning quickly to our scoreboard. In college basketball, in the SEC action today, LSU leading Kentucky 53-45. They are in the second half. In the Big Ten, a final just in, Michigan walloping Northwestern 101-73. And in the ACC, number 17 Duke trailing Georgia Tech 42-35. They are early in the second half. Checking the leaderboard at the Los Angeles Open Golf Championship, we see that Danny Edwards, the leader, 7 under par through 4 holes in today's action. 6 more players, Sander, Chen, Fair, and Dalpas, are all at 6 under par. And a reminder that at the conclusion of Sports Saturday, we'll be going out to the Riviera Country Club for live third-round coverage of the Los Angeles Open, sponsored by Nissan. But right here in Atlantic City's Convention Hall, we're getting set for our live title bout. And we'll take a look at the champion, Bobby Czyz, when Sports Saturday continues here on CBS. Ringside in the Convention Hall, awaiting the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship, Bobby Czyz defending for the second time against Willie Edwards. And joining me at ringside, as usual, are Gil Clancy. And Gil, I think one thing, listening to Bobby Czyz this week, he's the well-known, publicized guy. Perhaps he's not giving enough credit to Willie Edwards. Edwards, a tough, experienced contender. He's lost only 2 fights in his career.
Well, yes, Willie Edwards is a seasoned light heavyweight. He's fought some of the best light heavyweights in the world, whereas Bobby Czyz has only had 3 light heavyweight fights, and I don't think they've been against the best light heavyweights in the world. Willie's fought a lot tougher fighters than Bobby Czyz. Czyz is the guy that's going to have to prove himself today.
Well, one thing Bobby told us also earlier this week is that he felt that he should have turned to the light heavyweight ranks a lot earlier than he did. He felt that he had a lot of trouble making the 160-pound limit, and I wonder perhaps there were some wasted fights in his career.
Well, probably so, Tim. I never believed in killing a guy to have him make weight. He says he's been able to handle the light heavyweights and even the heavyweights in the gym. He says he feels much more comfortable and much more effective at this weight.
Well, Bobby Czyz has been well documented as had a rather dramatic personal life. His father committing suicide almost 4 years ago. He lived what he called himself a love-hate relationship with his father growing up. His dad wanted him very badly to be a boxer, and of course he went on to fulfill that dream of his father's. We spoke to both Bobby and his mother about the powerful influence of his father, Robert Czyz Sr.
Their father gave them a lot of strength, too.
Yeah.
You know, he taught them how to rely on their self, which is really what you should do, because when you have to stand alone, that's very hard.
He was a hard man and a driving force. He's the reason I started fighting, and without him instilling in me the things that he did, I would not be able to fight the way I do. He was a preparer for anything. I mean, you could have any situation of any kind happen while he was there and know he'll take care of it. And he went on to, at times, beat that into his kids, if that's what it took. And that wasn't necessarily the right way or the wrong way, but it was his way. And he was my father, so it was my way. To me, he'll always be the greatest man that's ever lived, regardless of the trouble or the pain that we had shared. That's it. He's number one.
Bobby Czyz entering the convention hall, and of course, he is from nearby Orange, New Jersey, Wanacue to be more precise, and most of the crowd here are Bobby Czyz fans traveling not too far away to Atlantic City on the boardwalk to cheer on Bobby Czyz in his second title defense of the IBF crown. He won from Slobodan Kachar with a 5th round knockout. Defended it with a 1st round knockout of David Sears. And Czyz now trying to hold on to his crown against the challenge of Willie Edwards. So we'll be back here at the Convention Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey for round number 1 in just a moment.
Like many before, you came here asking for just one thing.
Sadowski, Shibowski.
A chance.
Pronounced Shibowski.
You're gonna make it here, 'cause you make America work, and this one's for you.
Here's to you. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste
Hey, Sid.
that says Budweiser.
This one's for you.
Winning's easy. Give 110%, expect 110%. From yourself, everyone, everything. Speed Stick deodorant gives 110%. That's its edge. Why? It has no alcohol, and alcohol evaporates. Speed Stick protection doesn't evaporate even after 24 hours. Glides on dry in just a few strokes. That's 110% protection.
Speed Stick deodorant, the wide stick.
That's your edge.
Amen.
We are back now, ready for round 1 of this title fight. Let's go to our ring announcer, Ed Darien.
From Convention Hall here in the boxing capital of the world of Atlantic City, New Jersey, the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino on the boardwalk proudly presents the International Boxing Federation Light Heavyweight Championship bout scheduled for 15 rounds. The judges, Tony Castellano, Keith Sakes, and John Stewart. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 15-round title bout, referee Rudy Battle. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First, in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at an even 175 pounds. He has a record of 22 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 16 knockouts. From Detroit, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the challenger, Willie Sandman Edwards. Edwards. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with the red and blue trim. He weighed in at 174 1/4 pounds. This young man has 30 wins, 1 loss, no draws, with 21 knockouts. My good friends, the International Boxing Federation Light Heavyweight Champion from Wanacue, New Jersey, here is Bobby Chappie Czyz. Czyz.
Bobby Czyz with a record of 31-0. That only loss coming against Mustafa Hamsho, and that was back in November of 1982 as a middleweight.
Time, and I'm looking forward to a clean contest. Any questions, gentlemen? All right, good luck to both of you. Let's shake hands.
Referee Rudy Battle with the final instructions, and you can see Edwards, the taller of the two, by a little bit. Appear to be taller as you saw them there in the center of the ring. He came in right at the limit of 175. Czyz at 174 1/4. Willie Edwards, 22 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw with 16 knockouts. Czyz has 21 KOs in his 30 victories. Edwards ranked number 3 by the IBF, also by the WBC, and number 6 by the WBA. He's the current North American Boxing Federation light heavyweight champion. From Detroit, Michigan, and knows that this is the chance of a lifetime for him, finally getting an opportunity at a world title. And perhaps a loss here would mean at his advanced age for a boxer, 31, almost 32, that this is probably the last go-round for Willie Edwards.
And it very well may be the last go-around for Willie Edwards, but he has beaten some of the world's best light heavyweights. He's beaten Len Hutchins, Dale Grant, Jesse Burnett, and Matthew Saad Muhammad, former champion. He's been in with some tough guys.
Bobby Czyz, as we commented, coming up from the middleweight ranks to the light heavyweight ranks after a loss to Ham Show, after the devastating personal tragedy, his father's suicide, some managerial problems. Lou Duva, who's since left and now campaigning as a light heavyweight, finds himself champion with a victory over Kachar and defending for the second time. And a solid combination landed by Czyz, backing up Edwards. Czyz pressing the advantage, a solid left jab.
Czyz said he was going to get him out of there early, Tim.
On the 10-point must-ism or under IBF rules. Tony Castellano from New York, Keith Sakes from Dayton, Ohio, John Stewart from New Jersey are the judges. There's a left hook, and that wobbles Edwards. He's in difficulty. Czyz with Edwards in difficulty in round one. But Edwards, with a nice move, stayed away from the next onslaught. To go in round number one.
Then we have two fighters with opposite builds. Edwards has all his weight on top. Bobby Czyz has all his weight in his legs and in his hips.
Edwards, 2 defeats, both teams as knockouts. A fifth rounder by Pete McIntyre, a guy that he subsequently knocked out in 9 to regain his North American title, and Jim McDonald stopped him in 4.
He nailed Bobby Czyz with a pretty good right hand, Tim. Shook him up.
And then the 30-second mark in round one, and now Edwards with Czyz resting on the rope.
Come on, Willie. Get off the head.
Now Edwards turns southpaw.
Final seconds of round number one. The champion Czyz with some staggering blows, and now a late rally by Edwards and a knockdown. Czyz into the ropes, didn't go down. And the bell is sounded ending the round. Had the rope not been there, he would have been in row 2 on a straight right hand from Willie Edwards. But it is not a knockdown. He did not touch the canvas.
Tim, did he get nailed? Straight right hand right on the button. Here we go now, Tim. There's that straight right hand right on the button. Surely wobbled Bobby Czyz, but the ropes weren't there. He would have been down.
Well, we had 2 fights in the first round. We had Czyz in the early going, wobbling Edwards, and then in the final minute, suddenly the punch you pointed out on the far side of the ring turned things around for Edwards, Gil, and then bing, he set up that right hand.
Yes, he hurt Bobby Czyz earlier in the round with a right hand. Willie Edwards, again, is a seasoned pro. He's been in with some of the top light heavyweights in the world. Yes, he was stopped twice, but he was stopped by 2 bombers, Pete McIntyre and Diamond Jim McDonald.
That's for sure. In fact, McDonald earlier on the undercard scored an impressive knockout here over Rusty Rosenberg. He's still a big puncher, hoping to get another title opportunity.
Well, let's see if Bobby has recovered from that punch, Tim.
Round number 2. Rudy Battle is the referee.
Tim, it's a little strange now that Willie Edwards hasn't gone out and tested Czyz. Tried to climb all over him. He's back boxing cautiously again. There's that right hand again, Tim. Great right hand.
And another right down the pipe from Edwards. Czyz only defeat to Ham Show was a decision loss. Never been stopped.
Step out. Keep the punches up in there.
Well, Tim, he's never been stopped, and he's never been hit by a good, legitimate light heavyweight.
Now there is some blood underneath the left eye of Willie Edwards.
Edwards is wobbling, Tim.
Czyz's body attack suddenly turned things around. There might be a slight cut at the corner of the left eye of Czyz.
And what a war!
Another right hand by Edwards.
These guys are forgetting that this is a 15-round fight.
Edwards is having success right up the middle, Gil. And there's another right hand in the face of the champion.
Watch ahead.
One of these guys is going to have to get himself together and start boxing, start using his head.
Watch ahead.
They're bombing away like it's a Golden Glove final.
Bobby Czyz trained for this fight in Miami.
Willie Edwards is cut over the left eye, Tim.
Now Edwards to the body and up to the head with a right hand.
Looks like Czyz is cut over the left eye. Hits the tent.
into the corner. Right hand, he's got Edwards in trouble. Edwards is wobbly.
And he's holding on.
Edwards,
Minute to go, Tim. And there he goes. Big right hand.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's all over. A two-round slugfest. And the champion, Bobby Czyz, with a vicious right hand, stops the challenge of Willie Edwards, who right at the end of the first round had the champion nearly down.
Time.
Let's go back and take a look at that.
Here we see it again. Good double jab by Czyz. Right hand behind the jab, and Edwards is wobbling. Another big right hand.
Edwards just trying desperately to stay on his feet during this sequence, and it's one more big right hand. There it is.
And there it is, Tim, right on the button.
A home run ball that was thrown by Bobby Czyz, with Edwards already in trouble from two earlier rights in this same series of punches, and then getting that home runner right there. Down goes Edwards, not to get up. In fact, he's still being attended to by Dr. Frank Doggett in the ring. They're being very careful with him. And Willie Edwards with Frank Doggett attending to him. Hopefully he's all right. But here in New Jersey, as it is becoming more the case all around the country and the world, they're extremely careful with fallen boxers, and they're making sure that Willie is all right before allowing him to sit up. So Bobby Czyz with a absolutely spectacular second round knockout after he was nearly down at the end of round number one, has scored a second round KO. Willie Edwards for his second successful defense of the IBF Light Heavyweight Championship. We'll be back to talk to Bobby, and a reminder that still to come, there is more championship boxing action. We'll show you the terrific battle for the WBA World Bantamweight Championship between Bernardo Pinyango and Frankie Duarte that took place earlier this month in Los Angeles, was not seen anywhere on national television. That action is coming up when CBS Sports Saturday continues after this.
This bud's for all that you do.
It could be any time now.
No, Bill had to leave. Can I help you?
A friend is counting on you.
We need copies by 4:30.
I'll cover it for you.
Not a word.
You keep on coming through, 'cause you make America work, and this bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This bud's for you.
Excuse me. Can I help you?
I'm not sure. I'm looking for the perfect TV. A 27-inch with black matrix, 110-degree angle of deflection, computer-accurate digital access tuning, 178 channels, built-in stereo decoder, and it's got to have infrared remote control that runs the TV, cable, and VCR, even if they're different brands. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. You want a Magnavox. The perfect picture, the perfect remote. Nobody puts it together like Magnavox. This is CBS.
Welcome to the International House of Pancakes.
I'm here for your Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity breakfast.
2 eggs, 2 bacon, 2 sausage, 2 fruit top pancakes.
Right.
Strawberry, blueberry peach, or cinnamon apple.
Yes, it's a great breakfast, but, Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity? I'm embarrassed to say it.
Join the club.
The International House of Pancakes Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Breakfast Special.
Only $2.99. Tomorrow, 2 flashes of greatness. Magic and the Lakers take on Barkley and the Sixers, followed by a pair of old rivals in the midst of the Big East battle. Reggie Williams leads Georgetown against the Orangemen of Syracuse. Then play continues at the Los Angeles Open, sponsored by Nissan. Tomorrow on CBS Sports.
We are back here live in the Convention Hall, Atlantic City, New Jersey. It was short. It was sweet. It was certainly exciting, Bobby. I mean, that's some way to score a knockout. He nearly had you at the end of round one.
Well, he hit me early on. We banged heads in the center of the ring. and he hit me on the left side. You know, it was not intentional, and it bothered me more than the punch. But when he hit me with the punch shortly thereafter, it kind of compounded the effect, and I didn't see it. You know, he caught me looking, but I got great recuperative power.
If those ropes hadn't have been there, you would have been with your relative.
Yeah, that would have been a hell of an embarrassing moment.
Well, nonetheless, I mean, obviously you weren't shocked enough by it to feel that he somehow had turned the fight in his favor because you came out wailing in round 2 the same way.
Well, I had him cut a little bit. I saw a tiny cut breaking, and early in the second round I got him cut, and I got him hurt a little bit. You know, he got a little sloppy, and coming up somewhere in this corner, I hit him with a right hand. There it is, and he folds.
Yeah, and a couple of right hands before that had really got the legs wobbling, and then you got the home run ball, as I described it. On that, you had almost a free shot, and you landed it perfectly.
Well, Tommy Parks had me training down in Florida. I want to take this time to say hello to Chris Dundee and Bo Jack, all the guys at the 5th Street Gym in Miami. You did a great job of getting me in shape. I appreciate your help. Tommy had me working with the cruiserweight, even a small heavyweight, because he knew this guy, Willie Edwards, was really strong, good puncher. And had it not been for that great conditioning, you know, it might have been a lot tougher.
Bobby, you told us that you feel real comfortable at this weight. Now you've really knocked out an established, full-fledged, been a light heavyweight his entire career, Willie Edwards. That must be a confidence builder for you as well in terms of the guys that are now ahead of you, Marvin Johnson and Thomas Hearns, as a possible big money fight.
Well, I think that this fight, you know, has established me, lends credibility to my career and what I've accomplished. Willie Edwards can hurt you. I've shown I can take a light heavyweight punch, come back, and with one punch, you know, the fight was over. You know, I can take a punch, I can give a punch. My conditioning's great, thanks to Tommy. And, you know, I made a couple small mistakes in here. Not underestimating him at all, but, you know, I thought a little different strategy in the beginning, and I had to change up.
Well, it was plenty exciting, Bobby. Congratulations to you. I know fans look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks a bunch. Also, just want to take this opportunity to thank CBS and the Trump Plaza, Mark Edis. Everybody's treated me great. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, Bobby Czyz.